there's no better bet than a Sportingbet.
Well, hello and welcome along to Chasing the Dollar, brought to you by Sportingbet. Ben Damon is my name, joined by Adam Pengilly for our final show of the year. It's been a big one. You got some good tips for us for the final show?
Yeah, hopefully, Ben. Doesn't look like a fantastic card at Wentworth Park on Saturday night, but looking forward to Mark Gatt bringing a couple of nice youngsters to Wentworth Park for the first time. How about last week? Double twist. What a huge run in the Christmas gift final. A bit unlucky for us. We had Edge and he managed to edge in the final 10 metres. So hopefully find a few winners on Saturday night to make up for last week. Yeah,
we certainly hope so. Best bet got up though, so a little bit of money was in the kick. We can put that all into Wentworth Park this Saturday night. The quaddie kicks off with race number 5 on the program. Not a bad looking race either. Let's have a look at the field for this. The first leg of the quaddie is the Paws of Thunder Prelude number 1, and it is brought to you by Sportingbet as well. What do you like here? Yeah, go with number 1 Electro Storm here, Ben. You have a look at last week's Christmas gift final. He's probably a shade off leading that final there going into the first turn. Just got shunted off the track by Edge. If he managed to lead that race, he would have been right in the finish there. He just fits the bill perfectly for this race. A greyhound dropping sharply in grade, drawn pretty well on the rails there. Not a whole lot of speed drawn directly around him here. If he steps well, and we know he can be a little bit of a risk beginner, but if he steps well, he can run sub 30 seconds here and be mighty hard to beat. I've thrown in number 4, Topper Harley for second. Another one of these greyhounds that Anthony has a party has switched back to Sydney from Melbourne with great success. He speared the lids last week and was really impressive in winning in pretty fast time. My only concern for him is he's drawn outside a wide runner in Raphonic. Having said that, he should have enough speed to burn him off in the first 30 or 40 metres and has to be respected from box 4. Number 7, Gradance goes in for third. He started far too short for my liking last week, even though we tipped him early in the week. He'll be doing his usual trick and running on into the placings. And number 2, Zipping Zora, actually dead heated with Gradance in that race behind Furley Rain. Not an easy way to start off the quaddie, but my numbers are 1, 4, 7 and 2. That'll take us to race number 6 on the program. That's the second leg of the quaddie. Here is the field for the 6th event on the program. Boyce Road is an interesting runner. Has been slashing them all around New South Wales. Makes its first go at Wentworth Park, though, this Saturday night. Do you think Boyce Road can make the step up? Yeah, I think he can, Ben. He certainly brings a different form lines into this race compared to most of the field here. I reckon he's going to probably start pretty short in the markets, and I'd be word of caution. I wouldn't be charging into a too short a price about him. We haven't seen him from the inside 3 boxes in his career so far, but the draw looks pretty good. He should be able to camp just behind the speed, save some ground along the rail, and from watching a few of his replays, he looks like he's been well educated, so shouldn't have too much problems threading a passage through the field. Like I said earlier, I think we can play a little bit wide in our quaddies, and I'd be wary about charging into the too short a quote about him. Number 1, Invictive, goes in for second. Just forget she went around last week. She drew wide in a field of wide runners, got carted off the track at the first turn. Back towards the inside in box 1, should be much more competitive in this race and will go close. I've thrown in number 7, Avondale Amore for second. Should be able to carve across from an outside alley and be prominent going into the first turn. And number 3, Knockers Return, the Golden Cup winner, goes in for 4th. Boyce Road will get fairly short in the market. He's probably my on-top selection, but I'd be worried about taking the too short a quote about him. Well, the stayers go around in race number 7 on the program. This is $8,000 to the winner in the field. Looks like this. Not too many recognisable stayers getting about in this particular 720-metre race, but something's got to win it. What is it? Yeah, it's not a whole heap of form to go on here, Ben, I must admit that. But I'm just leaning towards Miss Fiction here, who remarkably only won 1 of her 18 starts prior to Monday night in the heat of this series. I really love the way she attacked the line. She was really strong to the line late there, and she gets a nice card into the race on the back of Bella Mel here. Probably just needs a tinge of luck on that first lap there, but I think she's going to be very competitive in this race and might be a bit of a handy stayer in the making. So she's my top pick in the race. Number 2, My Friend Mitch, could be the blowout, I reckon. Almost has the quickest time at Wenny against this field. Back drawn towards the inside here. He did make the Summer Cup final here a few weeks ago, which was a huge effort. I reckon he might be the knockout chance in this race. Number 5, Our Albie, goes in for third. He's the other heat winner. Should be doing his best work late again and has to be competitive in this race too. And number 6, Proven Polka, looks the best of the rest. Pretty tough race, but my numbers are 4, 2, 5 and 6. And we'll have a look at the final leg of the quaddie. It's race number 8 on the program. It's a 4th and 5th grader over the 520 metres. It looks like this. Where are you going? Yeah, not a whole heap of early speed in this race, Ben, which is why I'm leaning towards number 2, Watt 4. Have a look at his replay last start at Dapto. Just never really got a clear shot at him. He's a much better greyhound than that. His record from the inside 2 boxes is really good. There's not a whole lot of speed drawn directly around him. I reckon he leads this race and be far too strong at the end. So I'm happy to make number 2, Watt 4, my top pick in the race. Number 7, Dynamite Charm, goes in for second. She was a tad slow early in a Golden Cup heat a couple of weeks ago. She's a much better greyhound than that too. We know she's a good beginner at Wentworth Park. Box 7 is a little bit of a concern, but she has a little bit more scope than most of these. I've thrown number 8, Tricky Business, for third. Has a very good record out wide on the track. Should be doing its best work late as well. And number 6, Smashing Sally, comes through that Corborn-a-thon race last week but had no luck at the first turn. Pretty tough way to finish the quaddie, but my numbers are 2, 7, 8 and 6. All right, well, for the last time this year, let's get your best bet on the program.
Won't be winning any Braveheart awards for tipping this, Ben, but race 10 number 1 Red Road, making his first start at Wentworth Park for Mark Gatt from the gun draw, should be able to win and at least get us a taxi ride home on Saturday night.
We might need that. What about some value for us?
Yeah, race 4 number 1 Another Call. Super Simbi's going to be pretty short in this race, but I reckon Another Call can run a really cheeky race with that early speed off the red and might be present some value.
OK, we'll take us through the quaddie now.
Yeah, 3 from 4 again last week, Ben, but in the first leg we're going to go with Electro Storm, Topper Harley and Gradance. In the second leg we're going to be wary of Boyce Road, just chucking Invictive and Avondale and Moore for a little bit of value. In the third leg we'll go with Miss Fiction, My Friend Mitch and our Albie. And the final leg we'll take What For and Dynamite Charm.
Is that what you're asking for Christmas, the final leg of the quaddie?
Yeah, it'd be very nice to get the final leg of the quaddie. Even the first one got knocked out in the first leg last week, Ben, but we're going to have to get it to get some nice money in the kick for Christmas.
We certainly will. Thanks for your help this year and thanks for watching. We'll see you next year on Chasing the Dollar.
There's no better bet than a sporting bet.